A quiet evening in a downtown neighborhood. Streetlights flickered as families wound down, shops were closing, and the night was calm. But for Marcus, a 32-year-old hard-working father of two, life was about to take a terrifying turn. Marcus was no criminal. He had a steady job at a construction firm, was well respected in his community, and had never even gotten a parking ticket. But sometimes the wrong place, the wrong time, and the wrong people can turn an ordinary night into a nightmare. As Marcus walked home with groceries in his hands, a black and white police cruiser pulled up beside him. Out stepped two officers, both with hardened expressions. "Hey you, stop right there," one of them barked. Confused, Marcus froze. "Me? Is there a problem, officer?" he asked calmly. The taller cop sneered. "Don't play dumb. You match the description. Hands behind your back." Marcus frowned. "Description? I just got off work. What are you talking about?" But before he could say more, the second officer moved fast, twisting Marcus's arm and trying to slam cuffs on him. The groceries spilled onto the pavement, rolling eggs cracking under their boots. Marcus resisted, not violently but firmly. "Hold on, I didn't do anything. You're making a mistake." The cops didn't care. "We don't make mistakes," one snapped. "You're coming with us." But the truth was, they had made a mistake. They were looking for a robbery suspect, but all they had was a vague description. Black male, early 30s, dark jacket. That could have been half the men in the city. And Marcus? He was about as innocent as they come. Neighbors began peeking out their windows. Some even pulled out their phones to record. One woman shouted, "He lives here. He's not who you're looking for." But the cops ignored her. Their pride was on the line. They dragged Marcus toward the car, trying to force him in. That's when Marcus's phone rang. It was on speaker, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Marcus? Hey man, we're still down at the station. Where you at?" The voice was of Detective Harris, a respected senior officer from the same department. The corrupt cops froze. Harris's voice was loud, clear, and unmistakable. "Marcus, you there?" Marcus seized the moment. "Detective Harris, I'm being arrested right now by two of your officers. They're saying I'm a robbery suspect." A pause. Then Harris's voice, firm and angry. "What? That's nonsense. Marcus, you're working with me on this case. Put me on speaker." Marcus did. "Officers, this is Detective Harris. The man you're cuffing is my witness. Release him immediately." Silence. The cops' faces drained of color. They had just tried to arrest the one man helping the department crack down on actual criminals. But Harris wasn't done. "Names. Now. Who are you two?" The officers stammered, trying to explain, but Harris cut them off. "Don't even speak. I've had complaints about harassment in that area, and I told the department I wouldn't tolerate it. Congratulations, you just handed me proof. And it's all being recorded live." The neighbors filming were still rolling, phones everywhere, evidence piling up. The cops' arrogance melted into desperation. One whispered, "Please, we didn't know. We thought he was the guy." But Harris's voice thundered through the phone. "You're finished. Do not touch him again." Now the officers weren't barking orders, they were pleading. One reached toward Marcus, hands trembling. "Look, man, no hard feelings, just forget this happened, all right?" Marcus looked them dead in the eye. "Forget? You humiliated me in front of my neighbors. You tried to drag me away like a criminal when I've done nothing wrong. You wanted power over me. And now that the tables turned, you're begging." The crowd murmured in agreement. Phones kept filming. The cops' reputations were collapsing before their eyes. Within 20 minutes, squad cars pulled up. This time, real officers stepped out. Harris himself arrived, storming over with fire in his eyes. "Uncuff him, now!" They did, fumbling with the keys, sweat dripping down their faces. Harris turned to Marcus. "I'm sorry you went through this. It won't happen again." Then he looked at the corrupt cops. "You two are done. Hand over your badges." The crowd erupted in applause as the disgraced officers stood frozen, pale as ghosts, forced to surrender their badges right there on the street. Later that night, Marcus sat with his family, shaken but thankful. His children hugged him tightly, and his wife whispered, "God protected you." Marcus smiled faintly. "No," he said. "The truth protected me, and truth always wins." The corrupt cops who once tried to drag him into the shadows had been exposed in the light, and for Marcus, that night became a reminder not just of injustice but of how fast power crumbles when it's built on lies. So the next time someone thinks they can abuse their badge, remember Marcus's story. Because sometimes the very man they think is powerless is the one who will bring their downfall. And when corruption is exposed, the mighty start begging.